Yeah, I'm gonna do some of the main quest today, just so I can get through some of it and get the stupid buff that the game wants me to use. It's the most recent character I built. I would do Aloy, but it's probably still just Tig. So I'll sit on him for a bit. Actually, no. Let's actually use this. Let's use the enhanced version.
There are still so many places for us to explore. What is the situation?
Both of them should be built. You're missing a single piece. Definitely not that. Oh, I gotta use this piece on you. There will still be a few pieces that are shared between characters, but that's fine. You haven't been touched yet, so... Enough. Anyways, let's do the main quest, which is in here, apparently. Or at least through here. I want to Damora that I get from it. So that's why I'm doing some of it now. I might as well turn it up a bit. At least that side of point. And if it gets a bit too loud, then I can turn it back down. That should be good. Maybe a bit too loud already. It is midnight, so I don't want to, like... Well, it's a little past midnight, but I don't want to accidentally make people... Anyway. I don't remember what was happening just before this part. Because I skipped through it because I accidentally came across it, but... Should be fine.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here? Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
Yehoda, the one I can finally get, like, in 2 days.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a Ratnik found signs of Wild Hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rerir did this. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rerir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Notcry, waiting for his chance to strike?
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
Yeah, he's only sitting at 10%. Granted, it's still, like, ridiculously strong, but, you know.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rahir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him. So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. And if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki,
The Research Institute.
we really won't stand a chance against him.
That's where I'd think, the Research Institute.
A perfectly
Especially with the
reasonable
wood fragment under it.
hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these 2 locations are quite far apart.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his.
That makes sense. Lots of mention Colombinos there too.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rarir? That's when you follow the 3rd rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the 3rd rule was go with the flow? I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Ineffa, let's go.
So to say, I'll just fly there. Fucking. I've been playing too much. Let me just fly. No, that's not a thing you can do. I just realized I didn't put a single movement character on this team. Not a one.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second.
It's not technically a powder keg that you're holding, but
I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
to be fair, they don't really use gunpowder all that much, it seems. Most of the time they just use elements. Like elemental abilities to use weapons, so. But like the powder keg wasn't a powder keg, it's just a barrel that happens to have a pyro slime in it. That's why it explodes. That's what all the kegs are. They're all just barrels with some variant of slime in it.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
I mean, the pyro slimes do explode when you kill them. Like, they're still lit on fire still.
Either. How about you, Flints?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
That is true. But we already know that since we purified it, it no longer will attempt to call to him, so...
All we can do now is hope that I know
He wouldn't be able to take it
and Nefa turn
anyways.
up some leads. Darn it, Rereer. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one!
No, he would kill you.
Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
Okay, this is exactly what I thought was gonna happen. I was thinking, has anyone checked on Columbina?
It's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
Yeah, that's where I would have checked first. Oh, animation immediately. Okay. Oh, hello.
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
Do whatever we can. Oh my god, he's fighting too. I love this.
This is insane.
I'm gonna get so many more things again.
Kutar out of here!
On it.
I'm gonna get so many more screenshots like I did with the Rare Rear fight. Rare Rear versus Flynn's fight. That one was awesome. This I've seen. This in particular I've seen.
Look where your feeble
No.
light has gotten you.
Specifically them being traps I've seen. It's the only thing I've seen from Cinemation.
Darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
Oh, did I just yoink it? Nope. Suck it, bitch.
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
Calm down there, buddy. Let's not get tasty.
That was too close. Oh, we barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's one of the 5 sinners, and that probably wasn't his full
He's a
strength.
threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength
Not
could even
technically
be
a nation,
measured by
but-
conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess?
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon.
and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kuthar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the Traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter-strategy? We don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world,
Well.
right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected.
That just made me think. Since we've never actually left Teyvat, and this is still the same continent, reasonably, how far could we go? After all, I'm not sure how much farther out the world actually goes. I'm not actually sure if we're sitting on a planet or within an actual space that does actually have a firmament. Obviously, there is a firmament. It's placed there to hide the fact that the moons are just broken. That's the reason why the moon is fake. So I'm not sure. It might just be that a planet that has a firmament around it, but it could actually be similar to, like, the Flat Earth stuff. We're not entirely sure. After all, if you've ever seen, attempts to make, like, diagrams for Teyvat in this world, they've been crazy. There's the whole thing of Teyvat being maybe upside down, like the human realm was upside down, and shit like that. So I have no idea.
No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have?
She just surprised you were
You're
saying
facing
exactly
an
what she
enemy
was
we cannot
thinking.
possibly defeat in battle.
Well,
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you'll have plenty of time to make your escape. Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait? Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
we can't just roll over and let him get away with this. Yeah, we can't just call it quits. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Muskutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
Yeah, running away won't solve anything.
Kuthar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return.
I still haven't done
And they
those.
expect you to
I did the
perform
one and then I
miracles for them,
forgot
as
to
if that
do
were their entitlement.
the stuff again. It's because it doesn't tell you when there's a new one, so I just forget every week.
If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I
That's some
believe
whole
that
stuff.
time can change everything. And that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The three moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the Eternal Moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow.
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting?
Yep, let's go. We run. Oh, hi. Not I was expecting. Okay.
Installation chamber
That's
deployed.
loud.
Yeah, a night.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is right nuts!
Rerir's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Guitar's help to escape. If this goes on much longer.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
I won't be using
Ultimatum protocol.
llama in this.
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Jesus Christ, the amount of damage he does is insane.
Ultimatum protocol.
Nice. Yep. There he is. The big man himself. Finally here in the flesh and bulky as hell. Finally an actually decently bulky character. Hell yeah, I love the way he looks. Not playable yet, unfortunately. That's like 6.4.
What's the
But
matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvarnir?
Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that...
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
okay. Let's dip. It was fun to play Flynn's since I didn't get him before. It really sucked that I didn't get him.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network, aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. You look way younger than Paimon expected.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
Shouldn't have been gone when we got here. I'm gonna be real. We are the thing that brings this all together. We are the ones that keep magnetizing this to us. I'm the main character. What do you want?
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That
That's
said,
right.
while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh,
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again.
That is
From
true.
here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself?
Hell no. It's definitely more than
The
that.
Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarier. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rarier.
Which is why we
in his
need her,
current state,
yeah.
let alone with his power still growing.
I already know she's coming.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina? 3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau. The Experimental Design Bureau? Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rarier's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue. And she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Stop aura farming.
He heard me.
Stop aura farming and get up here. Jesus Christ.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details. Miss Sneffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nodcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer?
You're really asking that? How does the person who's notorious for her insane amount of information know about the black market?
Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Intelligence Network?
You really
She's
think
part
you
of
could have
that.
gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help. But just this once, Flynn's. That fragment that Rerir was after. Do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what.
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Inepha did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Notcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
They really wanted to lay on the. Oh, that's interesting. They really wanted to lay on the. Nefer doesn't do stuff unless there's a. That's cute. Unless there's a price thing for some reason this time. Doesn't feel like. I feel like she shouldn't care if the world is in a.
Wait.
If there's a lot of issues happening right now.
What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck.
You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us, out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against? We'll let you leave in one piece.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
no, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood.
Must be maintenance day. Maintenance for herself or for other things? Okay, I'm waiting for a part where I can pause at, but like, bro, it's just constant dialogue. Oh, please don't be dialogue, go for fuck's sake.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time?
actually, before you answer that. Just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave? I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... what is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the Lost Moon.
Bro, what do you mean you don't... I mean, I was going to say, what do you mean you don't remember? But actually, that makes sense. This is probably a part that's made to be... This is the part where the canonicity of the story quest has to be put into question. Again, the story quests, all of the story quests themselves are generally speaking, like, pseudo-canon, so they don't really count. Has there ever been a story quest that has actually had any information come up in other quests? Usually they're very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Isolated? Rarely do they actually come into contact with other stuff. So, and rarely do they get referenced in the main quest, so it makes sense that they wouldn't do it here. But, like, I've always been confused of the canonicity of the Arlecchino story quest, because you could technically do it at any point, but no matter what, the Traveler will always lose to the Knave, which I've always felt like was just wrong. I personally feel like that we should have won against Arlecchino, but the power level and scaling of the Traveler has always been very wonky, because it's like, they're supposed to get exponentially stronger with each element, but for some reason that stopped after beating a Gnosis-powered number 6 Harbinger, so I don't know.
Is that a no, then?
Unless there's just a huge gap between 5 and 4.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
As much as you might have hated it, you were literally seconds away from dying.
Parties lately?
You were literally like half a second from dying. Did you not see that Revir's hand was like less than a foot from the hands that he was throwing around, the attack things, they were this close to hitting you.
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
Hi, Paulinia.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? First Rosaline, now you? I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than the multi-centenarian goddess, who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Of course not.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
She really doesn't want to admit it.
Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia!
It really does suck. I've seen so much art of that, specifically, where, it's a picture of the tea party from when all of the Harbingers were alive, and then to now because they lost Rosaline, they lost Columbina, and they lost Capitano. So all that's left is like Sandrone, the Knave. Sandrone, Arlecchino, and Tartag are the only three left.
Have
in that group.
Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice. Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes. I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. Guess that's our cute that might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? Listen.
Oh. There it is.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
Okay, can I finally pause?
What? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in a weapons system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party. I know. This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you.
Says you. Okay, can I finally stop here? That would be really great if I could. Please don't make more. Oh my god.
Let's pick up where we left off.
I'm stopping here. I'm just putting a moratorium on it. It's just dialogue after dialogue. I don't get a single break. What the fuck is happening?